From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Wednesday, June 8th, 2022. I'm D. Ray Knight. This is what's going on. Here's the latest on the war in Ukraine. Ukrainian forces battling Russian troops in a key eastern city appeared on the cusp of retreat, but the regional governor insisted Wednesday that they are still fighting for every centimeter of the city. The urban battle for Severodonetsk testified to the painstaking inch-by-inch advance by Russian forces as they close in on control of the entire Luhansk region. It is one of two that make up the industrial heartland known as the Donbas. After a bungled attempt to overrun Kyiv in the early days of the war, Russia has shifted its focus to this region of coal mines and factories. In news closer to home, we have some results from yesterday's primary election. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem won the Republican primary for another term, defeating a former legislative leader who accused her of using the office to mount a 2024 White House bid. In November, she'll face Democratic State Representative Jamie Smith, who did not face a primary challenger. Noem has used this election fundraising cycle to collect a record amount of money for a South Dakota gubernatorial candidate, bringing in more than $15 million from a series of fundraisers all over the country. Republican Senator John Thune and Representative Dusty Johnson also won their primary campaigns on Tuesday. Also, voters rejected Amendment C, which would have set a 60% threshold for any future initiated measures or constitutional amendments that impose taxes or fees of more than $10 million. Amy Rose has more election results.
Here are the results in several local races. Winning Rapid City Council 2 was Bill Evans, and Pat Roseland won Council Ward 5. In races for School Board, Michael Birkland won Area 3 and Jamie Clapham won Area 6. In legislative races, Timothy Goodwin won State Senate, District 30, and Dennis Kroll and Patrick Bowman are the top two vote-getters in the House race. In District 33 Senate, David Johnson is the winner, with Phil Jensen and Kurt Massey the top two vote-getters in the House race. Becky Drury and Steve Duffy get the primary nod in District 32 House, and in the District 34 House race, it is Mike Derby and Jess Olson. In the District 35 House race, the winners are Tony Randolph and Tina Mullally. In the race for Pennington County Sheriff, it is Brian Mueller and Ross Rosknecht won the Count Commission District 1 race. Pat West won the Meade County Sheriff's race, and Marty Mickley won the Custer County Sheriff's race.
Police have arrested a Rapid City man after he allegedly fired shots at construction workers along a highway. The Pennington County Sheriff's Department responded Monday afternoon to reports of a man shooting at construction workers along State Highway 79 south of Rapid City. Authorities say 53-year-old Carl George Ralph of Rapid City was arrested and charged with 6 counts of aggravated assault. Ralph is accused of pointing a handgun at construction workers and others and firing at least a couple of rounds. No one was injured. In national news, Academy Award-winning actor Matthew McConaughey has offered an emotional call on Congress to reach higher ground and pass gun control legislation. In a roughly 22-minute speech at the White House on Tuesday, McConaughey, a Uvalde, Texas native, exhorted a gridlock Congress to pass gun reforms that can save lives without infringing on Second Amendment rights. McConaughey used his star power to make the argument for legislation in a fashion that the Biden administration has not been able to muster. He offered a clear connection to the small Texas town and vivid detail of the sheer loss of 19 children and 2 teachers gunned down in last month's shooting rampage at an elementary school. Moderna says its new COVID vaccine is effective. Amy Rose explains.
Moderna says its experimental COVID-19 vaccine that combines its original shot with protection against the Omicron variant appears to work. COVID-19 vaccine makers are studying updated boosters that might be offered in the fall. Moderna says its combination booster candidate sparked an 8-fold increase in Omicron-fighting antibodies. Today's vaccines still offer strong protection against COVID-19 hospitalization and death, but protection against milder infections warns, especially as the virus continues to mutate. Health authorities are considering whether to order a change in the vaccine recipe. Moderna announced its preliminary study results Wednesday.
No, you're not imagining things. The goods we buy are actually getting smaller. From toilet paper to yogurt to corn chips, manufacturers are quietly shrinking package sizes without lowering prices. It's dubbed Shrinkflation, and it's accelerating worldwide. In the United States, a small box of Kleenex now has 60 tissues. A few months ago, it had 65. In the United Kingdom, Nestle slimmed down coffee tins from 100 grams to 90 grams. Shrinkflation isn't new, experts say, but it proliferates in times of high inflation as companies grapple with rising costs for ingredients, packaging, labor, and transportation. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. It's going to be very nice today with sunshine and 70 for the high. Low tonight, 53. And that was your Daily Slice for Wednesday, June 8th, 2022. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose and Chrissy Davies. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.